Hue Northern accent, HWE, is the capital city of Trois Thien Hue Province, Vietnam. Between 1802 and 1945, it was the imperial capital of the Nguyen dynasty. History. Hue originally rose to prominence as the capital of the Nguyen lords, a feudal dynasty that dominated much of southern Vietnam from the 17th to the 19th century. In 1775, when Trinh Sam captured it, it was known as Phu Shan. In 1802, Nguyen Phu Knh succeeded in establishing his control over the whole of Vietnam, thereby making Hue the national capital. Minh Mang was the second emperor of the Nguyen dynasty, reigning from 14 February 1820 until his death, on 20 January 1841. He was a younger son of Emperor Gia Long, whose eldest son, Crown Prince Canh, had died in 1801. Minh was well known for his opposition to French involvement in Vietnam, and for his rigid Confucian orthodoxy. Hue was the national capital until 1945, when Emperor Bao Tai abdicated and a communist government was established in Hanoi, in the north. While Bao Tai was briefly proclaimed head of state, with the help of the returning French colonialists in 1949, his new capital was Saigon. In the south, during the Vietnam War, Hue's central location very near the border between the north and south put it in a vulnerable position. In the Tet Offensive of 1968, during the Battle of Hue, the city suffered considerable damage not only to its physical features, but its reputation as well, due to a combination of the American military bombing of historic buildings held by the North Vietnamese, and the massacre at Hue committed by the Communist forces. After the war's conclusion, many of the historic features of Hue were neglected because they were seen by the victorious regime and some other Vietnamese as relics from the feudal regime. The Vietnamese Communist Party doctrine officially described the Nguyen dynasty as feudal and reactionary. There has since been a change of policy, however, and many historical areas of the city are currently being restored. Geography and climate. The city is located in central Vietnam on the banks of the Perfume River, just a few miles inland from the East Sea. It is about 700 kilometers south of Hanoi and about 1,100 kilometers north of Ho Chi Minh City. Hue features a tropical monsoon climate under the Köppen climate classification. The dry season is from March to August, with high temperatures of 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. The rainy season is from August to January, with a flood season from October onwards. The average rainy season temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, sometimes as low as 9 degrees Celsius. Spring lasts from January to late February. Government. Administrative divisions. Hue comprises 27 administrative divisions, including 27 Phu Eng, and Cu, and Thong, and Hoa, and Tay, Hong So, Kim Long, Phu Bin, Phu Cat, Phu Hao, Phu Hiep, Phu Hoa, Phu Hoi, Phu Nguyen, Phu Tran, Phoc Vin, Phu Eng Thuc, Tai Loc, Tuan Hoa, Tuan Loc, Tuan Than, Tiuengan, Vin Ninh, Vy Jar, Shan Phu, Hong Long, Tui Shan, Tui Bai Yu. Culture. Located in the center of Vietnam, Hue was the capital city of Vietnam for approximately 150 years during feudal time, and the royal lifestyle and customs have had a significant impact on the characteristics of the people of Hue, even long afterwards. Name-giving. See also Minh Mang's imperial succession poem. Historically, the qualities valued by the royal family were reflected in its name-giving customs, which came to be adopted by society at large. As a rule, royal family members were named after a poem written by Minh Mang, the second king of Nguyen dynasty. The poem, the He Thi, has been set as a standard frame to name every generation of the royal family, through which people can know the family order as well as the relationship between royal members. More importantly, the names reflect the essential personality traits that the royal regime would like their offspring to uphold. This name-giving tradition is proudly kept alive, and nowadays people from Hue royal family branches still have their names taken from the words in the poem. Clothing. The design of the modern-day áo đai, a Vietnamese national costume, evolved from an outfit worn at the court of the Nguyen lords at Hue in the 18th century. A court historian of the time described the rules of dress as follows. Thuong Phuc Thi Dan Ong, Dan Ba Dung Ao Si Dieng Nan Te, Siang Te Rong Ho Si Hep Tu Tien, Out Thi Hai Ben Nak Tia Zueng Fei Ka Kien Lien, Kong Du Cxcm. Dui Dan Ong Kong Muen Xiao Si Traneng Te Hep Cho Tien Khi Lam Viecthi Du Cph Acute P. Outside court, men and women wear gowns with straight collars and short sleeves. The sleeves are large or small depending on the weather. There are seams on both sides running down from the sleeves, so the gown is not open anywhere. Men may wear a round collar and a short sleeve for more convenience. Tai Nam Thc Luke. This outfit evolved into the Ao Ngu then, a five-paneled aristocratic gown worn in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Inspired by Paris fashions, Nguyen Cat Tueng and other artists associated with Hanoi University redesigned the Ngu then as a modern dress in the 1920s and 1930s. While the áo đai and non la are generally seen as a symbol of Vietnam as a whole, the combination is seen by Vietnamese as being particularly evocative of Hue. Violet-colored áo đai are especially common in Hue, the color having a special connection to the city's heritage as a former capital. Cuisine. The cuisine of Hue forms the heart of central Vietnamese cuisine, but one of the most striking differences is the prominence of vegetarianism in the city. Several all-vegetarian restaurants are scattered in various corners of the city to serve the locals who have a strong tradition of eating vegetarian twice a month, as a part of their Buddhist beliefs. Another feature of Hue dishes that sets them apart from other regional cuisines in Vietnam is the relatively small serving size with refined presentation, a vestige of its royal cuisine. Finally, another feature of Hue cuisine is that it is often very spicy. Religion in Hue, Buddhism is taken a bit more seriously than elsewhere in Vietnam, with more monasteries than anywhere else and the nation's most famous monks. Famously in 1963, Thich Quang Thc drove to Saigon to protest anti-Buddhist policies of the South Vietnamese government and set himself on fire on a Saigon street. Thich Nhat Hanh, world-famous Zen master now living in France, originates from Hue. Tourism. Hue is well known for its historic monuments, which have earned it a place in UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. The seat of the Nguyen emperors was the imperial city, which occupies a large walled area on the north side of the Perfume River. Inside the citadel was a forbidden city where only the emperors, concubines, and those close enough to them were granted access. The punishment for trespassing was death. Today, little of the Forbidden City remains, though reconstruction efforts are in progress to maintain it as a historic tourist attraction. Roughly along the Perfume River from Hue lie myriad other monuments, including the tombs of several emperors, including Minh Mang, Khai Thinh, and Thc. Also notable is the Thien Mu Pagoda, the largest pagoda in Hue and the official symbol of the city. A number of French-style buildings lie along the south bank of the Perfume River, among them Quc Hoc High School, the oldest high school in Vietnam, and Hai Ba Trung High School. The Hue Royal Antiquities Museum on 3 Le Truc Street also maintains a collection of various artifacts from the city. In addition to the various touristic attractions in Hue Acute itself, the city also offers day trips to the demilitarized zone lying approximately 70 kilometers north, showing various war settings like the Rockpile, Khe San Combat Base or the Vin Moc tunnels. The first 11 months of 2012, Hue received 2.4 million visitors, an increase of 24.6% from the same period of 2011. 803,000 of those 2.4 million visitors were foreign guests, an increase of 25.7%. For example, services associated with tourism, such as travel, the development of infrastructure and its operation, and the production and consumption of goods, are all energy-intensive. Research by the Climate and Development Knowledge Network has identified traditional garden houses as having the potential to increase tourist traffic and revenue. Apart from the environmental, economic and cultural benefits provided by garden houses, their promotion could pave the way for other low-carbon development initiatives. In popular culture, the second half of Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket takes place primarily in and around the bombed-out ruins of the city of Hue. The scenes were filmed in the disused Beckton Gasworks a few miles from central London. The sixth campaign mission in Call of Duty Black Ops takes place in Hue City. Infrastructure. Health. The Hue Central Hospital, established in 1894, was the first Western hospital in Vietnam. The hospital, providing 78 beds and occupying 120,000 square meters, is one of three largest in the country, along with Bach Mai Hospital in Hanoi and CHRY Hospital in Ho Chi Minh City, and is managed by the Ministry of Health. Transportation. Hue has a railway station with connections to all major Vietnamese cities. Phu Bai International Airport is located just south of the city center. Sister cities: Honolulu, United States; New Haven, United States; Yogyakarta, Indonesia; Image Gallery, Noongate, Royal Place; Tai Hoa Place, Royal Place; Throne in Tai Hoa Place; Zung Kim Ta, Tu Duc Tomb; Hien Lam Kak, Trong Lang; Trong Tien Bridge; Da Vien Bridge.